You know, as blacks move from Watts, let's say, into Compton, is it a behavioral thing, or, you know, is it the poor black? Is it blacks who just don't like other kinds of blacks moving?
You gotta ask Dennis.
Okay,
Dennis. More about Watts.
Oh, well, it's not that blacks don't like blacks.
Let me start that over.
All right.
Okay.
It's not that blacks don't like blacks. It's just that the brothers on the street, they're here to protect the street, and the youngsters that's smaller than them that live here. That's what they're here for.
Why do the people want to move?
Why do the people want to move? I don't see, it's not too many people have been moving off this street, really. It's, well, around the community.
Yes.
The reason they're moving is because of the violence that happens on the streets.
Mm-hmm. The muggings and killings and things like that.
Well, if that's what you want to say, yeah.
Yeah, once again, why the violence?
Why the violence? Well, there is really no violence here, because the people on this street, they're like united together, and they protect the street only.
How about in the community?
Well, other communities, other communities
no,
outside
here,
of it?
No, in Compton.
Well, I don't see too much violence here myself. Well, it do happen at night, in which that's when the outsiders come in and try to take over, you know. So that's why the violence, you know, they're here to protect.
The Crips had been founded that same year in South Central by Raymond Washington and Stanley Tookie Williams, and they were expanding aggressively, absorbing smaller gangs, demanding allegiance, punishing resistance. By 1972, the Crips' reach had extended deep into Compton.
Okay.
Yeah, well, like I was saying, you was asking about violence. But when I first moved to Compton, it was violence here then, and the majority was white. And when we went to school, when we went to school at Compton High School, your parents had to carry to school because the whites was jumping on the blacks. So violence has been here.
A white gang called the Spook Hunters, the name itself a racial slur, patrolled the streets and tried to keep black residents indoors after 5 in the afternoon. This is a detail worth pausing on. The first gangs in Compton were white. They were not formed in response to drugs or poverty. They were formed to maintain a racial boundary, and they operated with the tacit support of local law enforcement, who had spent decades enforcing the same boundary through legal means. By the late 1950s, black students began enrolling at Compton High School, and the friction boiled.